Hi guys, welcome back to Kit Car Direct and MK Sports Cars. Sunday, it's nuts. It's how busy we are. Look, we're in here working, trying to get some little jobs done. Hopefully we'll be heading home soon for the Grand Prix at about 2 o'clock, Formula 1 down in Spain. Looking forward to that. Some live racing this weekend, also at Snetterton I do believe for the Mag 7s. So if you're into that, I think doing some Alpha Live or something. Timings on that as well if you're into your club racing as well. So super busy week as always. Bit of a strange week for weather. We've had some test drives out in. Most people having some fun enjoying the cars, and we're trying to get them tested out. Like we say, showtime, it's all cancelled, rock and roll in, let's book an appointments, come in, look at the cars, see what they're about, bike engine, car engine, let's see, try and get you involved in it as best we can. COVID, compliance, should we say, as well. So, which is what brings me on to the magazine was in, testing them both. So Adam from Complete Kit Car was in on Thursday. You probably see that. It was a year ago that we did the RX-5 launch with him to the day, which we didn't know until the day when it popped up on our Facebook feed. So that was quite coincidental. So the next feature that we bunged out there in September, that'll be for the RX-5 and a bike engine. So your little bike engine versus car engine theme going on there. So yeah, we'll get, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe up to him. It'll pop through your doorstep and you can have a nice good read up on the cars and what they're all about as well. So continuing on the theme, we're going to head outside in the workshop in a minute, but nice little new product here. It's newish. If you don't know, we do the hose kits. We do them for the RX-5s. We also do for some Caterham stuff as well. This is your yellow one, so we do different colours. So if you're into changing that as an upgrade and you want some silicone hose rather than your rubber ones, they're available online as well. Maybe we'll post up a link as well. So see what you fancy, especially if you're colour coding your engine bay. A lot of people have been doing that with some nice colour schemes, grey and Kawasaki green or orange and black or yellow, etc. Just to tie the theme in on your car. So we'll head out in the workshop now, see what's been going on. Another super busy week. So Honda S2000 time. As you know, this was a project car that we had in during the course of back early part of this year, doing a conversion from double over cam, back in again. John wants some other little bits and jobs done on the vehicle. One of them being, we've changed the headlights out for him to an LED style now instead of the H pattern bulbs. They're a lot brighter. They have like a side light, running light on them, etc. as well. It's a little job. We've raised the engine height a little bit for him. We've changed some spring poundage because he thought it was a little bit soft, so we've increased the spring poundage on the fronts as well. The major job was, because of the engine it had in before was a double overhead cam engine. Someone had chopped and modified all this bonnet, etc. to clear the cam cover and a few other bits. So he wanted a new bonnet to be fitted. Then we've developed a new bonnet now with a different scoop, as you know, mate guys, which is way better, gives you more clearance and looks better. And we've fitted this as well, so you can see now clears the engine a lot better. We've got more height, we can bring the engine up a bit higher as well. Scoop looks way cleaner, pretty good colour matching the Cadbury blue as well. So that will clean up the car a little bit better as well. So that's been fitted, and then we're just doing a boot cover template, which has got to be fitted. We'll make a custom boot cover for him as well. So a few little other niggly jobs. We had to shorten the gear lever. We wanted that a little bit shorter. We took that down by about 20 mil just here. Just tapped this down and got rid of that. So, and then he wants a steering wheel, a slightly smaller steering wheel put onto the vehicle as well. But he's done quite a few track days. I think he's done a couple of track days in this now. Super impressed with the performance. Very fast car. A very fast car.
That bonnet, will that fit any bodywork?
So the bonnets, yeah, they're compatible. We've designed them so it fits any of the, if you're upgrading or want to change your scoop to the new style, we can retrofit that onto any of the MKs. Especially if you suddenly think, oh, I need a bit more glam clearance, and you want to raise your rubber engine mounts, etc. You can do that. It gives you more clearance on the engine. So retrofit available. Blues and certain colours come out really well. I will say though, yellows and certain reds and that can be slight differences in colour. So just bear that in mind when you're doing it. But yeah, super cool looking car. John loves it. So yeah, we're progressing. Hopefully get that finished by Monday. Anyway, that's the plan. Booster turbo time. It's buttoning up this now. This is going in for. We've got the slicks put on it. Phil dropped in his slicks, which are extremely large slicks. So we'll be on with the Geo with this. in the coming week. Big old 240s on the rear, and we're just buttoning up the engine bay. It's got a new bulkhead panel, all new header tanks and catch tanks, which we're just plumbing in now, but everything else is buttoned down now, and we're just doing the final bit of wiring and configuration to the AIM dashboard as well. So it'll just be Geo, and we're just waiting for a dyno day now, pretty much. So dashboard's all in, etc. GPS sensors, all of that. So she's pretty much ready to go now. Engine bay looks very clean and tidy. We're certainly with the carbon dipped rocker cover and that as well. So nice and tidy, clean engine bay, which is why we want to clean up the bulkhead, put a new bulkhead in as well. I think that's tricked out. So Geo this week, we've got a couple of cars we've got to do Geo on. This one, the orange car as well. So we'll crack on with them this early part of the week. Right, Indy RR Booster, Genesis car. Been on with this again this week. Few bits we're doing. Carbon bulkheads in, fitted. It's mainly the quick shifter we're trying to dial in. We've got to put made a different shank link rod for this to incorporate the quick shifter for the upshift as well. Boot cover we showed about last week, and it's had a footwell cover which was fitted in just this weekend. So it's a footrest in there as well, which customer wanted. This is going Geo early part of next week, same as Phil's car. So we're doing 2 into 1. And we'll do a little thing on weights, guess the weights maybe on both these cars. Turbo versus Indy RR. We'll put that on our Facebook page and see what you guys come up with. But get your thinking caps on now. Have a guess. Indy RR, round tube, 38mm cage versus Indy R, square tube, 50mm cage, turbo, non-turbo, CXRs. So a lot of carbon on this car. So it's everywhere. Carbon front wings, carbon rear wings, carbon seats, carbon interior panels, carbon top tunnel, carbon dashboard, carbon bulkhead panel, carbon effect rear boot cover. He's gone crazy. It's carbon silencer. Couldn't even see that around there. It's absolutely everywhere. Car looks killer with the orange. Just the final bonnet catches to fit, and we'll be doing some testing on this one in the next week. That's the plan. As you know, we showed you all running last week. It's just the final flat shifter system to do. Has got a fire extinguisher system which does weigh about 6 kilos, so put that on your scales of thought as well, so give you an idea. Cool, nice clean car though. Right, Ztek Indy time. We had this one come in. We showed you a couple of weeks back now where it had destroyed its cam belt, destroyed the engine. Valves are bouncing off the pistons, and kind of don't like that really. So the engine rebuild was going to supersede the value of the vehicle really. So we sourced another engine, standard 2 litre, and we're going to be bolting all the components in. So the new wet sump system on it as well, instead of the dry sump system. It's mainly going to be a occasional track day car, not a full-blown race car, which these work well. They're used in a race series anyway, these wet sump systems, type 9 gearbox. So we've just put the engine in now. We're mocking up, we're changing a few bits, some steering column components and bits and bobs. There was a slight variation in the engines on the oil filter housing, so it was interfering with the steering column, this part here, versus the other one very short system, but it would mean changing absolutely everything on it. So we're messing about with that just to modify a couple of bits and bobs on there. So we'll crack on with that this week. Exhaust and inlet manifolds and carbs and all that can go back on. Yeah, it'd be a nice little track toy for him. New seats going in, just bolt the runners on those as well. So rather than these Cobra seats which were in there, not really suitable. Perfect on the road, nice and comfy, but on the track you want something that's a bit more hug you in the seat as well. So moving on with that one. Right, Caterham Hayabusa time. We showed you last week, we modified all the exhaust system, got that into line, been doing the electrics on it, getting it ready for MOT, lights, indicators and things like that were out of it. Customer also wants a flat shifter system fitted. This one, which is there, a bit untidy in there at the moment. We're working very tight in here. So this was the original one that was in there. It was all mounted on this rubber linkage. We've had to modify all the linkage that's on here, so this all had to come out. Everything else to be able to get this flat shifter system into it to get it out. You think it's a 5-minute job, they never turn out to be a 5-minute job, because as you can see you have this versus this. So it's not a straight swap in any way. Things have to be modified and made to make them all fit and work as they want to do. So yeah, it's cracking on. A few little bits, so we'll crack on again with this week, and then hopefully we can get it in for its MOT in the coming week to get it back to the customer. Light car though, nice colour. Alright, chassis production still on full alert, shall we say. It's all go. We've got another chassis over there. One went out on Saturday, yesterday, it's Sunday today. Look, we're in working. That's how busy we are. It's crazy. So this one, collected in a horse box. You can fit a chassis and a kit in a horse box. Who'd have believed it? I didn't when they turned up, but it goes in. Bit of Tetris says it was put out there. So, chassis time. RX5 chassis here, square tubes, satin black, fitted for the customer. Brake lines, fuel lines, floor pan and rocker system, which we've put in there for him as well. So this is where we're collating the rest of the kit as well that will go out. The billet pedal box, which always it's a nice bit of kit. Looks great. Nice pedal actuation on these as well, so good. All satin black floor pan, all fitted. Fuel lines up to the brake tees, out ready to... so we can really start motoring with this as soon as he gets around the kit. Most of this is all bonded in, etc. as well, so it makes it waterproof. We used, as we've explained before, sealed head rivets on all of our chassis, so no water ingress into the chassis once they're fitted and drilled and all the holes. So yeah, that's moving on. That'll be out to him. You'll see that being collected.
So what grease should you use when you're putting wishbones on?
Yeah, wishbone. So when he does start on this, must use silicone grease, guys. I've seen it. We've had a couple of people buzzing in, saying they're using copper slipping, etc. I know we say silicone grease in the manual as well. I know you may have copper grease sitting on the shelf at home. It's a very familiar product, but it's got an abrasive in it. It washes out with the water, so don't use the old copper grease in anyway. It's silicone grease on all the bearings. Otherwise, you will end up with your bearings your bushes wearing, and also that horrible squeak that we always know if you've got a kit car, whichever brand it is. They end up being squeaky as they dry out. So silicone grease on your wishbone, guys, and it will last a reasonably long time. It still needs servicing like every component on the car, but at some point, yeah, you crack on with that. And any questions of that, you can't get hold of it, give us a shout, buzz, we can sort that out for you. Right guys, just in the fabrication area, like most weeks, try and show you something, new products. Always looking to do new stuff, you know, make your life easier, building the cars and everything else. But whether you're building an RX5 or maybe if you've got a Mazda and your turbo in it and you want to brace it up the diff, we've now done these laser cut plates. So you can see these, this part you grind off, and this plate just sits over and is welded in place. Same on the front on this one. If you flip it over, we've got the smaller versions which fit into there as well. So all ready to strengthen and brace your diff. As we all know, the Mazdas have an inherent weakness, this little part here, that basically was a stress factor in the rear diff, and this is where the arms seem to fail. So we've got these little 4-piece kits here, made out of 6mm alley, so plenty of strength in that as well. Those laser cut kits, they'll be available to purchase online. If you're building an RX5 with us, we do offer the service where we can weld up and diff brace your diff for your RX5, especially if you're going turbo at a later date. So that's a new product, something new. If you'd like to see something new, keep saying, shout, give us a message. You want something that makes your life easier and we can do it for you, we'll try and do that. So as I'm walking along to the next car, we're going to do 2 demo cars, Indy RR Booster, ready for dress drives. If you want to come out and have a little play with us and see what the car's about, no shows as we keep saying, but you're welcome to visit the factory, give us a, you know, book up an appointment, come and have a look down, see what we're doing, and we can give you a little run out in these. We had the magazine, as I said earlier, in this week, complete kit car. Adam was in, test driving both, loved them both. And when I asked him, like we said earlier, what do you want? He said, one of those. The RX5 Turbo, again, available for test drives and etc. Super killer car, same as the Booster. Just do it in a different way. You know, choose your poison, as I always say. That's fast, that's fun, that's fun. What do you want? Bike engine versus car engine. The old question. Come down, we'll show you them both, and you can make your choice. But they're both going to be available. So, yeah. Hope you like the 2 different colour variations as well. We try to show you what we do that's in difference as well. And look out for the magazine art. Was it September or October, the edition it's coming out in?
I think it's going to be October.
Yeah, but subscribe to the magazine. You won't have to worry about when it comes out. Subscribe to the magazine and it'll pop through your doorstep and you'll get a feature on two killer cars. Right, head on out. We've got a Dax Rush V8 out here. Yep. Dax Rush V8 we've had in this week. We've been looking over this car It's been a long-term project, I think, for the customer. It's not quite an early chassis. I think it's '03 by the date code that I can see on here. V8 in there, Rover V8. Got a lot of things to do. Unfortunately, there's about 40 odd items that I've found that are not IVA compatible, but earlier cars tend to have that. So we've given him a list, given him a video of what needs to be done to rectify it, to help him progress and get it ready for IVA as well. You know, good power. Obviously, it's a fairly heavy car with a V8, but I don't know if she'll start. We'll try, shall we?
Size of those wheels.
They are huge. I think they're 10s on the rears and I think they're 8s on the fronts. 255s on the rear. So it's a fair old bit of meat on there. Cut! Right guys, that's it for week 33, August. Sunday afternoon, sun's come out and hopefully we're heading off home. It's just near lunchtime to go and watch the Grand Prix. And I'm going to tune in and look some of the as you said, CSC stuff that's on this weekend. I'm going to tune in and have a look at that when I have some lunch. But hope you enjoy what's going on. Test drives available. Give us a phone, give us an email, Facebook message, whichever your poison is, you know, and your best form of communication. If you want to pop down and see what's going on in the workshop, test driving the cars, etc., we're available. So hope you like what we see, the new products, whether it be the MX-5 based diff bracing for the RX-5s if you're going turbo later on, or even if you've got an MX-5 out there and you're slapping a big turbo on it and you want to brace your diff up, they're available, those kits as well. Colour hose kits, all good. Look out for the magazine subscription. That comes out, be a nice little article, I'm sure Adam will. And then September 6th, keep plugging that date, but we're out on our first track day with Complete Kit Car to run round. We've got quite a few customers that we're seeing there who are also bringing their cars along. So it'd be nice to have a final venture out in a couple of weeks' time.
Where is
so
that?
That's at Brighton Park. Yeah, so look out for that one. We may get some videos and maybe some live footage on the day or something like that. We'll head out there and do something to keep you guys in.
YouTube Live. Make sure you subscribe. We'll do a YouTube Live.
There you go. You heard it here first, folks. Yeah, YouTube Live. We'll try and do a YouTube Live for you and see what's going on. Maybe even get some in-car footage and bits and bobs like that. That'd be super cool. Enjoy that. So, yeah, have a safe weekend. Enjoy the Formula 1 or the club racing out there, guys. Like, share. You know where we are. We'll catch you next week, guys.